So, the WNBA season started yesterday, and again, as I've said, normal service resumed. We obviously saw, like, Taurasi balling out. We saw A'ja Wilson with 30 points, and we saw one of the best defensive teams in the WNBA make it very, very tough on Caitlin Clark. But what we also did see is the record for most viewers in a WNBA game in 23 years. Like, we have not seen the likes of this ever for WNBA. Still, not even close to the amount of viewers that the college games got, because obviously they were more interesting. That Iowa team is more interesting than this awful Indiana Fever team. Like, it's literally like two teams. It's like five players. Not even that have never played basketball with each other before, but don't even know how the others play basketball. Like, they're laughably bad. They're laughably bad. But 2.1 million viewers, it is a record. And if these games, like, this is way more than regular season games get in the NBA. Like, obviously it's not NBA finals numbers, but I can guarantee you, like, there are some playoff games that are getting that. And also, like, let's not forget, it was at the same time as the Knicks game. Like, I wonder how many viewers the Knicks game got, but I wouldn't imagine if a regular season WNBA game got more viewers than the Knicks game. Like, it can't be that different. It can't be that much different. And if you take away, obviously, if you add on illegal streams and stuff, like, it can't be that much different, which is crazy that there were 2.1 million people, basketball fans, willing to watch Caitlin Clark over Jalen Brunson and the Knicks beating the Pacers, which is wild. Which is absolutely wild. And that record is going to be broken when, I'm trying to think, I need to find this here, when they play the Sky for Caitlin Clark's first game against Angel Reese, which is obviously going to be huge. So these games are big. Like, she's playing the Liberty tomorrow. So she's facing Breanna Stewart. Look, as bad, Breanna Stewart's been awful. Breanna Stewart she's been pretty bad. To end last season, and obviously she wasn't great in the first game that she played, but they are playing the Sky on the 1st of June. That 1st of June game is a, like, prime time, well, not even prime time, it's like 1 p.m. Eastern time, but still, it's a weekend game. People are going to be looking to watch that game. Like, the hype is going to be there. Hopefully by then, the Caitlin Clark hype is still there. Hopefully the coach figures something out. And who knows, maybe, like, I actually could see almost the refereeing being adjusted. Because you know the way in the NBA, they had to adjust the refereeing to let offensive players play? Like, maybe they're going to have to do that in the WNBA, because they allow more physicality in the WNBA. Like, half the stuff that they were doing to Caitlin Clark would be called fouls in the NBA. It's actually crazy, which I actually, in a way, I prefer it. In a way, I prefer when it's more physical. But at the end of the day, for the league, you want Caitlin Clark to be really good. But either way, for the debut, like, it was a welcome to the WNBA moment. Of her 10 turnovers, 5 were caused by her, 5 were caused by her teammates not getting into good situations. It is a massive learning curve. It's a massive, massive learning curve, and the team's terrible. They've been terrible, and they're going to continue to be terrible. They're going to get probably another high pick. Imagine if they go and get one again and draft Paige Beckers. Honestly, Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, and I would say Aliyah Boston, but they're going to trade one of the two. They're going to trade one of the two. Honestly, if you're the Fever, you're probably not going to trade Clark, but I can't see the two of those lasting the year. And it's nothing to do with, like, Aliyah Boston being bad. She shot the ball 6 times. She did not have a good game. Seemed to be, like, leadership there, like trying to get Caitlin Clark keep her head up for the second half, where she had a much better second half. It's just their play styles just don't fit. So, as we've seen, like, the Sky are playing tonight, and they're playing the Wings tonight, and the Wings are a good team. Like, the Wings had the 5th pick in 2023. They drafted Lou Lopez Seneschal, who actually played for Leicester Basketball Club in Ireland. I remember watching her play when she was 18, playing for Leicester. I'd be friends with a lot of the players that she played with on that team, which is just a mad one. But the Fever are a good, or no, Fever, the Wings are a really good team, so the Sky are playing them, and it's going to be fun to see how Angel Reese gets on. I think Angel Reese is going to have a better debut than Caitlin Clark had, because there's less scope for her to do wrong things, because she's not dominating the ball. What Angel Reese does is just brings a level of energy that not a lot of people can, and is going to get offensive rebounds, is going to play defense, is going to pass the ball pretty well. Honestly, the perfect teammate for Caitlin Clark. Imagine if there was a situation where, like, if you were the Fever, imagine being able to trade up to like 7, giving someone up for the 7th pick and being able to get Angel Reese with Caitlin Clark. Like, you'd make a fortune and you'd have the perfect teammate for her. Either way, though, yeah, it's good to see that the WNBA is breaking records. It's good to see more people are watching it. And a lot of people are saying, like, the wheels are going to come off the WNBA. And I think if Caitlin Clark isn't as good as expected, the wheels will come off. Like, you're not going to be seeing records being broken every single week to watch her. But what you will see is a lot of the people that are there to watch her might stay. Like, you're even seeing it now on social media. Like, the actual media coverage of the WNBA is finally good. It's finally good. Like, you're seeing all the, like, you know, the way the NBA players, they show what their outfits are going to games. You're now seeing that type of stuff being promoted for the WNBA players. You're seeing them promoting their A'ja Wilson's, how good she is at basketball. You're seeing a lot of fans of the sport of basketball who maybe didn't have a reason to follow the WNBA are now starting to watch. And as fans of basketball, they're going to keep watching. So, do I think that we're going to see just all these massive records being broken throughout the entire year and in future? Short term, maybe. Maybe not. Like, if Caitlin Clark plays a bunch of games like she did yesterday, that hype's going to go down quite quick. Like, it's still going to be a bit of hype because she still hit 3 crazy step-back threes. But when she eventually figures it out in the league and is able to hit those crazy shots and is averaging in the mid-20s or the low 20s and is just killing it and doing what she was doing in college, people are going to start watching again. And also, the fact that there's so much talent around the league, and because of the eyes that Caitlin Clark is originally or has brought in, and also obviously the draft class in general, you're going to be seeing a lot more people watching the sport. So I think that I've always said this, like, the standard of basketball is good enough that it's just giving people a reason to watch. And while initially the reason to watch might have been this one player, I think the WNBA, in the way they're promoting their individual players, in the way they're doing media right now, which is the complete opposite to how they've done it in the past, I think they're going to be able to retain a lot more of the viewers. Yeah, the viewers might just be coming initially for Caitlin Clark, but I do think that while there's going to be record viewing numbers for her specifically, I also think in the games that don't include her, there's going to be a lot more viewers than there would be otherwise. And even if she doesn't do great and the hype for Clark dies down, I don't think the hype for women's basketball is gone. I don't think it's a case of the league suddenly starts losing money again, or the league suddenly starts like absolutely hemorrhaging money, even though it lost a half a year to Tobias Harris contract a year. League never lost a crazy amount of money. You've seen companies lose 10 times that to pay 10 times more out to their employees. But still, I think the WNBA is in a really, really good place. There are so many good players, and the players that are there are taking, a lot of the players that are there are taking their chances. Like, it used to only be the case, and I hate to say this because they were some of the best like players of all time. You would only ever hear of WNBA players when they went semi-viral for complaining about money. And now when you hear of WNBA players, you hear of them in a way being like, this is what A'ja Wilson did, Kelsey Plum, this is the outfit before the game, then she goes and drops 20. Like, you're seeing these players, obviously incredible basketball players, but being treated as celebrities, as not NBA level, but like, I hate to say this, but like, well, not I hate to say this, I don't know how to say this properly, but like sports, when you promote the individual in sports, the individuals are almost considered like larger than life figures. And Caitlin Clark was probably the first complete large, as great as the other players are who are better than her, she was almost the first larger than life figure. Her as well as Angel Reese. Angel Reese, almost an equivalent as far as like popularity. And then obviously when those are coming up against your Juju Watkins, your Paige Beckers, who are like unbelievable players in their own right, when the spotlight is put on them, they become bigger names. And I think that's what's happened to the WNBA. So regardless of what happens, even if Caitlin Clark is the bust of all busts, which I don't think she will be, what she has done for the league is as much as a lot of the players that have come before, and long may it continue. Hopefully Caitlin Clark balls out. Hopefully the coach figures it out in Indiana. Like, regardless of what system she wants, she hasn't a breeze how to use Caitlin Clark. She actually has not a clue. And if you've got a player as good as Caitlin Clark and your logic is, I need to change how she plays, you're wrong. And that coach is definitely wrong.